Hey guys, it's Izzy and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, God, I'm never nervous to film a video, but this is scary. In today's video, I basically just wanted to talk about YouTube and give you basically share with you a different perspective, the perspective of someone that actually does create the content that goes onto YouTube, and sort of the bad side of being a YouTuber. Now, don't get me wrong, I love being able to make YouTube videos and earn money from it, and yeah, it's always been something that I've really enjoyed. But more recently I've started to realise that it's not something I enjoy anymore, and it's not something that I feel motivated to do, and I think I've started to really realise what the problem is. So yeah, this video is going to be really deep, really serious. I'm not joking anymore, I'm fed up, and this needs to be said. So yeah, if the comments aren't on this video, then that's just why. I'm sick and tired of people trying to bully me for doing something that I love, people mocking me. Yeah, it's really exhausting and it's discouraging, and at the end of the day it's pretty awful. It's like quite horrible. So a lot of you don't realise I am 16. I do publicise that I'm 16, but a lot of people don't pay any attention. But yeah, I'm 16 at the end of the day, and I've been through a lot of rubbish in my life, which you know, because I publicise it. A lot of my content is about my life and what's happened to me and all of that. And people fail to realise that going through something like having meningitis is pretty rubbish. I do not then need people to comment horrible things about me because of that. So this is the problem, right? I've always received hate comments doing YouTube. It's always been something I've done, I've got, and I've always accepted it and said, you know, to myself, you know, you're putting yourself out there, you're making YouTube videos, it's what comes with the territory. Right, which firstly is so messed up that you kind of have to prep yourself like that when you're a YouTuber, but it's what I've always done, and it's never bothered me. I will always say that I am a very strong-minded person. I can take a lot of rubbish from other people. I don't really care what other people think about me, and yeah, it takes a lot to upset me, but this recently has got to the point where I'm crying over it, and that's really ridiculous. I'm not sitting in silence anymore. I have always had hate comments, like I've said, and a lot of the time it is aimed at my disability. People will say, like, I say too much in my videos or whatever. That's fine, mate. You can make fun of my personality, you can make fun of anything else, that is fine. Like, that's just your personal opinion on someone's personality. I know that in videos where I don't make a plan for what I'm saying, or I'm talking about something that makes me nervous or anything like that, that I do say loads. It's just like me as a person. And so comments like that don't bother me, that's fine. I'm not being overly sensitive, like, I'm really not. But when people are physically trying to tear me down by commenting horrible things about my disability, calling me names, threatening things, I've genuinely had rape threats in comments. I'm 16, this is ridiculous, and YouTube don't care. How ridiculous is that? I'm 16 and I've had comments of people threatening to sexually assault me in my comments, and YouTube don't remove them. I have to remove them. It's actually ridiculous, and a lot of the comments aren't offensive to a normal person, because they are aimed at my disability, so YouTube don't remove them. I have to go and remove them. There are so many blocked words that I have that don't go in my comments, and people still find a way to find new words to say that can be published, and it's ridiculous. So, like I say, I delete comments. I always have. If I see a comment that I don't like, or that's like nasty, I will delete it. I've always said this is because I don't want other people to have to see the comment, but I think it's more, I want to sort of show this perception that everything's great, and that my life's going great, and I'm like being super successful, and I'm thriving, and a perception, why is this making me cry? A perception that you know, everyone loves me and all this and blah blah blah, and it's a load of rubbish. Like, it's actually a load of rubbish. Like, on at least every video I've ever uploaded, there's nasty comments, and don't get me wrong, there are nice comments, but there's also nasty comments, and I know that there are always more nice comments than nasty comments, but it takes a lot of strength to see the nice comments and not the nasty comments, and I've done that for so long, and growing up in like the public eye, where you're posting and people are saying that it's hurtful, especially when the comments that you're getting told are by adults or other people, and when they're abuse that you've been that people have said to you in real life. Yeah, people say horrible things to me in real life, not so much anymore, but they did when I was younger, and so for then someone to comment it, it's like awful, because I'm like embarrassed and ashamed that people think that about me, and I'm embarrassed that other people are going to see that, and then what if they think the same, and so I delete them. And then everyone thinks it's fine, everyone looks at the video and sees it's great. My parents look at the video and think, oh, it's great, no one's been horrible to Izzy. They are. And yeah, it got to the point where I was literally talking to Mum about this morning, and I was like, I don't want to do YouTube anymore. And YouTube is something that I've always loved to do, and that I do, one, because I love it, and two, because I know the power that videos I make have on other people. I'm putting myself out there as a 16-year-old, and I'm getting bullied by adults, and it is by adults, a lot of it, and it's disgusting. So that is the first side. There's two sides to the story, right? And both are upsetting. This one is more disgusting, right? And I haven't spoken about it because I don't want to speak about it, because I just feel like if I speak about it, it'll make it worse and it will draw more attention to it. But I am not being sexualized anymore, right? Actually, no, I think I was probably 13 when I started making YouTube videos. So I was literally a child, right? And as you're growing up, your style changes, you're very influenced by your friends, and a lot of my friends would wear clothes that I couldn't wear, so when they wore like a top, I would kind of copy their style up top, right? And I would always wear some clothes that were revealing, and you know, whatever, it's fine, I can wear what I want, and I still believe that. However, on the internet, I started receiving comments that were of like quite a sexual nature towards me, and they were coming from older people. Now, some of these comments are still on my channel, where if you try and look for nasty ones, you won't find them because I've deleted them all. So people would be commenting things, and I thought, oh, it's what I'm wearing. I genuinely blamed what I was wearing for other people trying to hit on a 13-year-old girl, and so I stopped. So I'd start wearing more tops that were like this. You couldn't see any cleavage, they weren't too cropped, I would never have anything that showed too much skin on, and I realised that it didn't solve the problem. The problem wasn't what I was wearing, the problem was that people have fetishes for people with disabilities, and they don't care how old they are because they're genuinely paedophiles. and so they can comment thirsty comments. They can comment begging for sex. They can send you anything. They'll send you begs for dates and all of this. So it got to the point where I'm looking through my comments of last weekend's video as you're watching this, and in my eyes half the comments were hate that I've removed. So then all that was left was people trying to move to me, old people that thought I was fit or that I was sexy. I'm 16, no thank you. And yeah, it's just actually ridiculous that people try and sexualise me for something that I have no say in, and it's disgusting. Being like a 15-year-old or maybe even 14 and finding out that my videos are circulating on like Pornhub, it's disgusting. Having to tell my mum, like, sorry mum, but I think this is happening and I don't know what to do because I'm not old enough to register for any of these websites because I'm underage. But yeah, I'm being put on them. How does that work? And it makes me think, how the hell are some of these applications still working when they can allow an underage girl to be getting hate, like advances, sexual advances, I can't speak, and just a load of abuse? How is that possible? And do you know what? Do you know what YouTube's response is to do? It's to turn off people's comments. To turn off people's comments. Now, part of my channel is being a community and sharing my story with other people, helping other people gain confidence in themselves. How can I do that if my one method to stop this is turning off my comments? It's not fair. And people force, you know, if you're like a young child, you're also not allowed to have your comments on. I just don't understand why that is the response. Surely the way to remove paedophile comments is to remove the paedophiles. I'm not being funny, that is like the only logical answer in my brain, and I'd say I'm pretty smart. So it baffles me that that's the only response that they're capable of doing. And yeah, I know a lot of my videos that I make are super positive, and that I feel like this is why I've put this one off, because like I say, I do want to have this sort of persona that everything's happy and bubbly and, you know, my life's great, and in actual fact sometimes it's not, and sometimes me putting myself out there gets me, you know, shot in the back as it were, because of other people being nasty. And I don't know, it's really upsetting, to be honest, because if people were saying horrible things for something like my personality, right, saying like, oh, you're like nasty or whatever, I'd be able to accept that, because that is something that I'm choosing to portray portray myself like that. That's a choice that I have made. I didn't choose to get a disability. I didn't choose to live this life. However, I've made my choice now to live it as positively as possible. I would say I've made my life pretty successful so far. I'm pretty capable. I strive to be as independent as possible. I've achieved so much stuff. And then to sit and whilst I'm sharing that with other people, trying to help other people gain confidence, experience, and for them to learn things themselves, it's awful that I'm getting abused whilst doing that. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say in this video other than I'm done. Not with YouTube fully, but with sitting in silence and taking abuse for something that I love and that I know is helping other people. And yeah, I'm not sitting in silence anymore. It needs to be said that this is a problem. YouTube needs to sort their regulations out. People need to really sit and think before they comment. And yeah, so this is basically why I feel like I have been so demotivated from filming YouTube videos. I thought I was demotivated, which was just randomly, which was then why hate comments were affecting me more. But I'm now starting to think maybe it was the other way around, and that my brain is telling me, why the hell are you going to put yourself out there when you're just going to get abused? And it's sad that other people couldn't stop you doing something you like. But when I tell you, I am unmotivated and don't really want to film YouTube videos anymore. I'm being serious. It doesn't bother me. I'm not like excited to post. So yeah, I'm going to try and focus more on posting content that I want. And sometimes it is demoralising being a YouTuber, because you put loads of effort into a video, it flops, and yeah. So I'm going to try and stick posting once a week like I already do, but if I miss a week, then it's fine. I need to accept that there are more important things in life than posting videos, especially when you're not gaining from that what you thought you would and what you thought you were, and that, you know, sometimes it is hard being a YouTuber, and I feel like people think it's easy, and compared to like a manual labour job, like, I don't know, working at McDonald's, it is probably easier, I agree. And I'm very lucky that I can do it alongside school and make a very, very, you know, good amount of money for the hours that I work on it. However, you have to be strong, because don't think that you can sit and be a YouTuber and not get a load of abuse hurled at you. It's tricky. The right thing to say may be the right thing one day and the wrong thing the next day, and it just depends on who's watching the video as to whether, you know, you're going to be liked that day, or whether that day is a day of people being negative and horrible about you. I will try and keep consistently posting, but sometimes I need a break and time to just reevaluate and maybe reignite my love for posting videos and stuff. But honestly, I don't know how long this has been going on for. Quite a while. There was a point in my life where becoming a YouTuber and like an influencer was what I wanted to do as a career. Not anymore. Don't get me wrong, I love doing it, or I still love doing it, but as a career, it's not what I want to do anymore. So my love for it's definitely kind of on edge at the moment, and it's annoying because what other people say really shouldn't control how you think and how you feel about something, but it does. When we're talking about thousands of people watching from all over the country, all over the world, people that are a lot older than you and that are also quite anonymous, it's difficult not to just listen to their comments and take it to heart. And I don't take them to heart, but it's still, you know, hurtful. So I definitely want to be more transparent and open that YouTube isn't all a big happiness parade. It's not all really, really great and happy, and you know, great, it's so good being an influencer because everyone loves you. They don't. The more successful you become, the more hate you get, and that's in person and online. YouTube and doing YouTube and Instagram has made relationships I had in real life go a bit pear-shaped, and it causes a lot of stick to happen because of it. But I am 16, I am not taking abuse anymore. I am not doing it. I'm putting myself out there to help other people and to do something I love, and I refuse to be abused because of that. It's a joke. So yeah, I'll hopefully see you next weekend, but like I say, it might be a bit all over the place until I reignite my love for doing YouTube videos. So yeah, if the comments are turned on, please leave a nice comment. If they're off, I hope you understand. Bye.